Hi guys, let's look at first topic in Form 2, a series of how we can answer various questions, especially in word processors. So in this tutorial, we shall do word processors, questions and answers. So what are the questions that are expected in Microsoft Word? Number one, the definition of a word processor. So define the following terms: word processing, B, electronic word processing. So when you talk about word processing, it is the act of creating, saving, editing, formatting and printing text and graphics or graphic documents using an electronic word processor. So that one takes us to the next terminology. What is an electronic word processor? So an electronic word processor is a computer application program that enables the user to create, save, retrieve, edit, and format, and also print text and graphics rich documents. So guys, here your teacher will be introducing you to Microsoft Word, of which it is an example of an application program that enables the user to create, save, retrieve, edit, and format documents. So that is the definition of an electronic word processor. So we go to question number 2. Explain 3 methods that can be used to create a text-rich document. So these are the answers. You can use manual word processing. That is, you can use a pen and a paper and then write your text. Also, you can use a mechanical word processing a machine or device, just like a typewriter. Then the heaviest or the richest answer is that you can use electronic word processing, that is done using word processor program running on a computer. So guys, that is the expected answers. Then we can also go to another subtopic, purpose of word processing. So give 4 examples of electronic word processors available in the market today. Remember, up there we have defined what is an electronic word processor. It is a software or an application program that can be used to create, edit, format, and print a document. So guys, the first one is the one I am using, or also the one that you will be taught. So we have Microsoft Word, we have Rotas Word Pro, we have Corel Word Perfect, and also Open Office Writer. The above 3 softwares are proprietary. You have to buy them, but the last one, Open Office Writer, is free of charge. It operates at the free license. So guys, you also have question number 4. State the purpose of word processing and give 6 examples of documents that can be created using a word processor. So word processing enables creation of documents. So the purpose of word processing is to enable the creation of documents. And the examples of such documents, we have letter, memo or memorandum. You can also create project reports that you've done, like you'll be doing in KCSE project, curriculum vitae or CV, business plans, users manuals, and others. So there are many documents that you can create using a word processor. Then we can proceed to the next subtopic, advantages of electronic word processing. So guys, state 5 advantages of using an electronic word processor program. Number 1, we have it has superior document formatting features. When you talk about formatting, this is beautifying your work by use of simple words. Just say formatting is beautifying your work. That is increasing the size of the text, that is font size, changing the color, and others. Also, it has better editing features. When you talk about editing, in simple term, editing is making changes. So you can make changes like delete, you can autocorrect, you can find and replace. You can also apply type of a mode, of which we shall look at them when we rich at editing a document. Then it produces network. Yeah, that is true. You can look at the answers. I have separated my questions and answers by use of color, that is making it neat. It can handle bulk production of document through mail merge. Later on we shall be looking at mail merge. This is whereby you can create one letter and then send it to very many recipients. So it can handle bulk production of documents through mail merge or printing. It saves document for future reference. Guys, if you create a science fair project today and save it in a computer, you still be in a position to get it the following years. So that is an advantage of an electronic word processor. Then state 3 disadvantages of creating a document using freehand or manual typewriter. Number 1, eraser and whiteout editing leave the final document untidy or dirty. So you can imagine using manual rubber or whiteout, that document remains untidy. Formatting document is tedious and difficult. That is very true. You can imagine trying to change the font from a typewriter or from written text. That is tedious. Then limited document preparation tools such as automated spell checker, templates, and such features, hence lower productivity. So the answer here is lower productivity. The next subtopic is using a word processing package. That is the use of a word processing package. Now here we are trying to get to the practical details. So question number 7. State 4 common features in most electronic word processor. So the obvious answers is that you can create a file, you can save, you can edit and open it later on or retrieve. Having it also the next answer is that have editing tools such as spell checker, thesaurus, and autocorrect features. So guys, when you mess up in a Microsoft Word, you can always go to references or hit some combination of keys or icons or ribbons and then go to spell checker. The computer will autocorrect for you. Then we have synonyms. If you need to get synonyms, then we have the thesaurus that does that. Then we have provide predefined features for generation of headers and footers, indexes, footnotes, and reference. Also, you can add automatic page numbering. Also, we have can be used to import tables, text, graphical objects from other programs. Guys, you can get a copy of these questions by contacting my WhatsApp number. It is at the end of the document. So number 8, highlight the labeled features of a graphical user interface, the GUI. So down here we have figure 1.1 where we have the Microsoft Word screen. So the first part A there is called the title bar, part B is the ribbon, then part E is the control box, part D are the vertical and horizontal scroll bar, part G is the status bar, and part F is the working area. So guys, these are the answers down here. So you have the title bar, the ribbon, you have the toolbars, rulers, control box, working area, and the status bar. Everything is explained. So the title bar gives the title of the current saved document or the running program. The ribbon provides you with commands. Toolbars provide you with shortcuts. Rulers are used for setting tabs or indents. Control box is used to perform a specific task like minimize, maximize, and close. Then we have working area. This is where you type your text, and the status bar will show you a number of things like how many words, that is the word count, how many pages, your page what of what, and also whether you're using UK or English, that is US dictionary or any other, depending with your country. Highlight 2 ways of starting Microsoft Word application. So guys, you can go to start menu, select Microsoft Office, and then Microsoft Word, or the next thing is to double click any available Microsoft document on your desktop. Then we have question number 10. With reference to a typical word processing application such as Microsoft Word, state 3 different approaches of creating a new document. So guys, you can create from an existing document, like for example, this document of mine, and I can press File, then New. And for that case, I have created a new document. Alternatively, I can press keyboard keys, Control plus N, N for Nancy. Then you'll be in a position to create a new document. So the next answer is that you can create a document from a template. A template is a pre-formatted example. Then you can also create it from a blank window. That is by starting Microsoft Office. Then you go to Microsoft Word. Number 11, outline the steps one would follow to create a new document and save it into a removable storage media. So you launch a word processor application, then you enter the text and necessary graphics. Then you just go to File menu or Office button, that is for Office 2007. Then select Save As command. Other guys, you press F12 or Control and S. Then you type the file name and save. Then we have question number 12. State 3 advantages of using templates to create a new document. We have said a template is like it's a pre-created document that gives you features that you want, or tries to give you an example of what you want. So templates have pre-formatted features which quicken the creation of standard document. Templates improve user productivity due to shortened document creation learning curve. Templates adopt widely accepted document formats and professional standards. That's very true. Like for example, if you want to create a CV, you can import a template that is worldwide accepted. So you just need to edit, write your name and other stuff. 13. Outline the procedure for creating a document based on an existing template. So what you need to do is to open File menu or Office button, click New. In the New dialog box, select a template such as Professional Resume, and then replace the generic text with your own text. Then question number 14. Carol, a Form 2 student, does not know how to open an existing document. Outline how he would open the document. So guys, you can use keyboard shortcut, like you can press Ctrl plus O, then search the document's location. Other guys will just click on the open icon on the standard toolbar. Others will go to File or Office button, then click on Open. Question number 15. Explain how one can close a current document without exiting from the application program. So this is very simple. You can just go to File, or in Microsoft Office 2007, you just click the Office button, then close. What I mean, you just go to File, then we have close here, close. So that one will close the learning file, but we do not exit the whole application. Then list the circumstances under which a user may use Save As command instead of Save command. So guys, there is a difference between Save and Save As command. So Save As command is used in 3 circumstances in most cases: saving the document for the first time, when changing the document's location, and when you are saving the document in a different location. Like for example, if I want to change this file of mine from the hard disk or from my laptop to a flash disk, then I'll hit File, then Save As. Then that one will be in a position to give me the location. Then the next point, some guys may use save as command to change the format. Like for example, I want to change my document from Microsoft Word to PDF. So I will be in a position to do that. Like for example, I can just go to File, then I go to Save As. Then down here, guys, here I change PDF. You see now I have changed the format of my document. Then explain how one would protect a word processor document file from unauthorized access or modification. So the answer is simple. You just put a password. So save the document and specify a password to open and another password to modify. So guys, what you need to do is just go to File, then you go to Save As, then you go to Tools, then you go to General. Here, guys, you see, it will ask you for the password to open and the password to modify. Then you just type the same password. Specify the shortcut keys of the following. So save, we use Ctrl+S. Cross, we use Ctrl+F4. That is the functional key. Then we have open, we use Ctrl+O. Save as, we use F12, or just the file, and then okay, we're asking about the keyboard shortcuts, so the answer is F12. Let's go to the next subtopic of importance. We have editing a document. So what do the term, this one should be what do the terms editing a document refer to? As I said earlier, editing a document is the process of making changes to an existing document, like doing something like deleting or correcting mistakes or replacing some text. State 5 editing features that are available in most standard word processors. So number 1 is spelling and grammar checker. Number 2 is autocorrect. We have undo and redo. We have find and replace, and also we have the thesaurus. So I had explained earlier what is the thesaurus. It is a feature that gives you synonyms and antonyms, that is words with similar meaning and their opposite. Then we have question number 21. These 3 keyboard keys that can be used to delete text in a word. So we have insert key in typeover mode. We also have backspace and delete. Then outline the procedure for deleting the entire text on a page. So simply highlight by clicking, that is by pressing Ctrl+A in your computer. That one highlights the whole document. Like Ctrl+A, you see what happens. Then from there you just hit delete on your keyboard. Then differentiate between insert mode and typeover mode. Insert mode is the normal typing mode. Like for example, guys, if I want to add the word here, me, you see the cursor will automatically allow me to write me. So that one is the normal mode. It is called insert mode. But when I press the insert key on the keyboard, then it switches me to typeover mode, whereby when you type words, they are replaced as you type. That is the typeover mode. It's used to replace text or delete existing one. Then we have Amina, a secretary in a school, highlighted a block of text and accidentally hit the delete key on the keyboard. How can the text be restored? So this is very simple. Amina can press Ctrl+Z on the keyboard. Alternatively, she can just hit the undo button on the standard toolbar. 25. Maggie, an author of computer studies books, wanted to see words that had the same meaning as the word official. Highlight how she would achieve this. So Amina wants to see words with the same meaning. So you just highlight, then you go to synonyms, or actually you go to synonyms, then the thesaurus feature will have been in a position to do that. Like for example, I want to see the word highlight. I just right click, then I go to synonyms. You see the meaning. The word highlight has the those meaning there. Also, like something like computer, you can just go to synonyms. You see, these are the synonyms of computer. Then question number 26, differentiate between delete and backspace. So guys, delete key erases characters to the right of the cursor, while backspace erases characters to the left of the cursor. That one is very crucial. Make sure you understand that. Then differentiate between the delete copying, and that is delete copying and moving text. So here we need to have the difference between copying and moving. Copying is making a duplicate, where moving is transferring the work. So when you cut, you are really transferring the work to a different location, but copying, you are actually making a duplication. Write the keyboard shortcut keys that would be used to perform the following operations. Copy, it is Control C. Move, Control X. Paste, Control V. Find, Control H or Control F. So guys, you can practice on that. Question number 29. Don wanted to change all the occurrences of the word manual in a document with the word book. Outline the steps. So the steps are very simple. You just press on your keyboard Control and H. Don't use Control and F. It will misbehave in the later versions of Office. So press Control H. Then you'll get a dialog box. Like for example, Control H. So you'll get this dialog box. The dialog box will ask you find what? You type manual. Then replace with, it will you replace it with a book. Then press replace all. This button here. This button here will be this one. It will be replace all. This one replaces all occurrences, but replaces only the first occurrence of whatever you have searched. Explain the importance of proofreading document before printing. So proofreading helps to identify and correct typographical or grammatical errors. Typographical are errors that result when you are typing. Grammatical errors are the grammar errors, like subject-verb agreement. Then we have these two examples of proofreading. So tools, you can use spelling and grammar checker. You can also use autocorrect. Then we have formatting a document. We are done with that is editing a document. As I said earlier, formatting a document is the process of enhancing to improve the layout, style, features, and appearance of the document so as to make it look professional, neat, and presentable. So, guys, in simple words, formatting is beautifying your work. List the 5 text formatting attributes available in standard word processor package. So, guys, we have font size, font style, we have font calligraphy. Like, for example, what I mean by font calligraphy, assume I have highlighted this one, then I go to home, then here as I change, you see guys, the text is changing as I move the cursor. So this is how the text calligraphy is described. Then from there we proceed, we proceed to this one. So we also had line spacing and font color as answers. Write the keyboard shortcuts that can be used to perform the following operations. We have bold. Bold, you can press Ctrl B, underline Ctrl U, italicizing Ctrl I. When you go to the home key here, we have them. This is the bold, this is italics, and this is underline. So you just need to highlight, then hit the buttons there or the keyboard shortcuts. Then define the following terms. We have drop cap and font. What do you understand by a drop cap? A drop cap is an enlarged letter at the beginning of a sentence. Like for example, I need to have this E made drop cap. So I go to insert, then drop cap, then you see that is the drop cap. Number 3 becomes the drop cap. We also have the other drop cap. So you just need to highlight, then go to drop cap. Then explain how, study each of the following sentences and state the text case. When we talk about text case, it is either capital letters or small letters or mixed. So we are the word, that is called sentence case. A normal sentence is called sentence case, but a sentence with small letters is called lowercase. A sentence with capital letter is called uppercase. But we also have title case. This is where you capitalize every first letter of every word. We are the word. You see, the first letter of every word has been capitalized. Then we have explain how you would change the sentence we are the world to become we are the world with small a here, and this one is small letters, capital, small letters. So here you apply a case called toggle case. So when you go home, then hit this, you're in a position to see the cases. We have sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, capitalize each word, and toggle case. So those are the stuff. Then describe each of the following features. We have x raised to power 10 and y lowered to 2. So 10 is called a superscript. This is called a superscript. Then 2 here is called a subscript. Differentiate between indent and a tab stop. An indent is the spacing created by text and away from the margin, where a tab stop is a specific interval that the cursor jumps when the tab key is pressed, making the next point for inserting text. Then question number 39. A French teacher directed all students in her class to be presenting their French composition in double spacing. 12 points times New Roman format. Outtrain the procedure of double spacing document. So the first thing, you just highlight, then go home, then here we are in the paragraph. So you just click this double. It will double space your stuff. So that's how you go about it. Then a study. Okay, study the document below. This is the document below. Identify the text alignment. Like now, guys, if you look at this one is justified. This one is centered. This one is right aligned. So the examiner here just want to see whether you understand Microsoft Word alignment. So if I go down here, you see that paragraph 1 is justified, paragraph 2 is centered, and paragraph 3 is right aligned. Differentiate between margins and gutter. Margins mark the region within which text and graphics have to be placed on a page, while gutter is the extra space left along the margin to allow for binding. So gutter, we are talking about this one. This side I will punch to make sure that I can get somewhere to file. That is to put the punch and file. Then a Form 2 student formatted a document to 3 columns. Explain how to achieve this. So guys, this one, the first step is to highlight. Then you just go to page layout. Then you go to columns. Then you choose 3. As simple as that. So that's how that one is accomplished. So the first step is to highlight. Then on the layout menu, you click on columns. Then you select 3 columns, just like I have done. Then we have 2 types of page orientation. We have landscape, we have portrait. So the question is, you differentiate these 2. So we have landscape orientation, this one, and the portrait orientation. Those are the 2. Then we have outline, the importance of each of the following document formatting features. We have page numbers, headers and footers, text styles, we have footnotes and endnotes. We also have table of content. So page number help a reader to easily navigate through the document. Footnotes and endnotes are used to cross-referencing or offering extra information that could be included in the text. Headers and footers provide a quick way for a person to navigate through the document looking for a particular topic without having to fully open the document. Then we have a table of content enables one to locate at glance topics and subtopics in the document. That is very true. Text styles provide an easy way to format blocks of text quickly. So those are the answers that are expected there. Then we have Joyce, a Form 4 student, has completed writing the computer studies project report but is unable to automatically generate a table of content. Explain how explain to her how to do it. So guys, this is simple. Open the reference tab. This is for Office 2003, but now we are using higher versions, so this is the procedure for the higher versions. On the reference tab, click on table of contents, then you choose the required stuff. Like now, what I mean, you go to references, then you go to table of content here, then you'll be in a position to choose. We have several options down here. Like for example, if I want this one, I just click on it, then it will just bring the table of content automatically. Question number 46. Explain the following features common in spell checkers. We have text appears in different colors. So spell checker normally show misspelled words or grammar mistakes in different color. They usually use red and green. Then we have word suggestions. The spell checker provides a list of correct word or grammar that an editor can choose. Then we have number 47. Differentiate between autocorrect feature and the thesaurus. So the autocorrect feature automatically corrects misspelled words as the user types them by pressing them with the ones in the autocorrect database. Whereas the thesaurus is repository of words that are synonyms and antonym to the ones used in the document. That is very true. Then we can proceed to the next subtopic, creating and manipulating tables. When creating a table in a word processor, one can either insert or use the draw table tool. Explain two approaches. So inserting a table involves using the insert table command, table to select the number of columns and rows, and the specific table is inserted in the document. On the other hand, draw a table involves you using the table draw tool to create a table, row and column. So guys, what we mean here, if I can go to the new page, you can just go to insert, then table. We have the option of insert where you can put 8 columns and 20 rows, then click on OK. You see this one has created a table for you. Alternatively, another guy will just come table, draw, then draw the table. That is, let me repeat. So there is a guy who will come, draw the table like this, draw the table. You see, draw the table that way. So those are the two available methods. You can also insert from Excel, just from insert table there, then you can insert from spreadsheet. So those are the methods. Then question number 49, highlight how one would perform the following operations. Insert a row or a column in a table. Simply you right click on the side of the cell, then on the shortcut menu you point to insert, then row below or row above. In case it's a column, column right, column left. So those are the steps for both row and column. Then navigate through a table. You can use the arrow keys on your keyboard or the mouse cursor by clicking. Question number 50. Explain the following table operations merging cells, splitting cells, sorting. So merging means joining together. So merging is combining or grouping several cells into one. Splitting is dividing a cell into several cells. Sorting is arranging the content is in either ascending or descending order. So those are the answers to those questions. Explain how one would achieve the following. Create a table from an existing text. That one you use feature called convert text to table or table to text. So you can organize the text into well-aligned rows using the tabs. Then select the convert text to table command. Then back convert table to text. You use the same method. That is, you use the convert text to table command. Then we have most standard word processors can be used to perform mathematical operations. Write a formula to calculate the following in a table. So we have sum row 2, column 5 to row 7 to 5. So that's how you go about it. You write equals to sum E2, full colon E7 and hit enter. So we also have average. So for the average you do the same, only that you alternate or you change the word sum to average. Highlight. Two ways of formatting table borders on table borders and shading. So to format borders and shading, on the table menu, click on table auto format. In the format list box, select the format you want. The format applies to borders, shading, font and color. Then to format shading and borders, use the tables toolbar. Then we have distinguish. Okay. State the importance of text shading. Text shading gives a background color to the text, and if used properly, raise emphasis on the text. What we mean here is, like, now I can highlight this, so I can just go to home, then use the highlighter. You see, now you are like trying to put emphasis. Then distinguish between inserting tables and importing tables. To insert a table uses a wizard to quickly create and insert tables in documents, where importing tables entails getting a table from an external application. Then we have mail merge. What is mail merge, and what is form letter, and what is merge fields? So mail merge is the process of generating a single document from two documents. Form letter is the main document on which merge fields are inserted. Then we have merge. Merge fields are placeholders that are placed by they are placeholders that are replaced by actual content of the address book when two documents are merged. So in an exam, you get the examiner putting for you such. Those are the placeholders we are talking about. State two types of files that are used to generate mail merge. So we have the primary and secondary, or rather, we have the letter and the data source. Highlight three main tasks of creating mail merge. So number one, to create the main document, such as form letter, create a new data source, then merge the three. So the three main steps followed in mail merge is creating of letters, merging the letter and the data source, and also creating the data source or the addresses. Don't ignore that. Question number 59. List three examples of documents that can be used as form letters. So letters of invitation, such as for parent-teacher meeting or shareholders for an annual general meeting, wedding cards, and envelopes. Then we have question 60. Caroline, a secretary in Tahiti School, is required to send 400 letters to parents inviting them for a Parents' Day. She takes a whole day to print the letters by deleting the address of one parent and typing another. Explain how you can help Caroline perform this duty using shortest time possible. So here we are talking about mirror match. So the steps are using mirror match, Caroline can merge the letter with existing addresses from address book in Microsoft 2003 and also the others. So on the tools menu, point to letters, but now emphasize on using Microsoft Office 2007 and above. There you just go to mailings. So you just go here. You see we have mailings. Then you just go to start the mail match. Then you go to wherever you want. Then state 3, merge options supported by word processor. So you can merge a new document to a printer or to an email. How would you update the names of recipients in a mail merge document? So change the names of the data source, then open the merged document. The document would automatically update the details since it is linked to the data source. Then we have inserting graphics and special symbols. So differentiate between a clipart and a drawing. A clipart is a graphical object drawn and made available to the user. It can be inserted in the document as a complete object. A drawing, on the other hand, is created by the user using the drawing tools available in the word processor. Then we have 34 types of graphics object in word processor. So we have clipart, we have auto shapes, drawings, images, and pictures. So these are the types of graphics that you can answer in an exam. Then differentiate between importing an image and drawing one. So importing entails inserting an image from another source or from an image file, whereas drawing requires the user to construct the image entirely. So importing, you just use the facilities available for importing. Identify ways of updating an image, shape, and color. So resize the image by dragging its placeholders, cut off undesirable edges by cropping, change the color of the image by filling. So those are the ways of updating an image. You can cut unwanted part, you can resize it, or you can change color. Define a chart. A chart is a graphical object that offers visual representation of two or more varying data. So you have all seen a chart. A chart or a graph is used to compare results of various different seasons or classes or students. Outline how you would resize a graphical object. So simply you click on it, then on the edges you will see the placeholders. You hold the placeholder, you pull it in. When you pull it inside the document, then the document will reduce in size. When you pull it out, the document is enlarged. That is the trick. Behind that. Then we have printing documents. Printing documents. So guys, printing documents. State 2 advantages of reviewing a document before printing. So number 1 is to avoid typographical errors. So helps the user to correct format and layout mistakes. Saves on ink and paper since it avoids printing mistakes. Distinguish between a document setup and a print setup. A document setup specifies the layout of text and graphics in the software page, where print setup specifies how the printer will layout and layout text and graphics on the hard copy. Then we have question number 71. Study and explain the purpose of the following part. So we have this is the print dialog box. We have properties, we have the choose printer, we have we have copies, and also we have paper per size. So these are the answers. This is the print dialog box. So the page range specifies the range of pages to be printed. If you have 70 pages and you want to print 50 to 60, you just type 50-60. The computer will only print the range specified. Then we have name box. It specifies the name of the printer. Up there we have the name box. Then we have the properties. It enables the user to access advanced printing features such as choosing the paper size, paper quality, and print page. Then we have the number of copies. This is where you put the number of copies. If I want to print 10 copies, then that means you type 10. If I want 2 copies, then it means I type 2. Then we have that is the page per sheet. That means how many pages do you want? Okay, I have one document, I want 4 pages. So I can just tell the machine I need 2. So that one is set here. That is the scale, no scaling here. It is set in, from this point. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and also remember to subscribe, remember to share my videos or my files with other students. You can also ask me questions via WhatsApp. The WhatsApp number is indicated here. Thank you very much. Hello guys, today I want us to look at spreadsheets. That is topic number 2 in Form 2. So in this series we are looking at questions and answers. So we have to define the following terms. We have the term spreadsheets, we have ledger, we have electronic spreadsheet. So guys, what is a spreadsheet? So just like the term goes, a sheet is just a grid. It is a grid made up of columns and rows. So we say a spreadsheet is a grid with columns and rows, which is used to record and compare data. So somebody else may just say that a spreadsheet is a grid pattern of rows and columns where data is entered and analyzed easily. Then we have a ledger. A ledger is a sheet that has rows and columns, which allows a person to organize data in a tabular manner and perform arithmetic operations on it. So the difference between a ledger and an electronic spreadsheet or a spreadsheet is that in most cases a ledger is manual. It's just like a mathematics or squared exercise book where you feed data using a biro pen or a pencil. Then what is an electronic spreadsheet? It is an electronic ledger that has rows and columns which allow a person to organize data in a tabular manner and perform arithmetic operations on the data using formulas and functions. So here, when we talk about electronic spreadsheet, we are talking of something that is in a computer, to be precise. Then, list 4 examples of electronic spreadsheets found in the market today. Guys, we can talk about Microsoft Excel, which is obvious. Your teacher will be taking you through Microsoft Excel. We have others that we usually hear, like now we hear about Quattro Pro, but OpenOffice Calc, it's there. It is found in the open source office. So we have OpenOffice Calc and Rotas 123. Rotas 123 is written as you see there. Rotas 1-2-3. That is how it goes. So guys, those are the examples of spreadsheets. Then we have components of a spreadsheet. For a spreadsheet to be called a spreadsheet, we must have 3 components. We have graphs or charts, we have database, and also we have a worksheet. Then for a spreadsheet to be there, many worksheets must be there. It is like an exercise book with the pages. A single page is called a worksheet, but the whole thing is called a workbook. So a spreadsheet is a workbook for that case. So guys, a worksheet is made up of rows and columns where data is entered. Then we have a database. Simply, a database is a collection. It is a collection of related stuff. Like for example, if you keep a database about a vehicle, let's say you have 3 vehicles, matatus that carry different routes. One, for example, goes to Mombasa, another one Nakuru, another one Kisumu. So you need to manage the vehicle. So you can keep data about the 3 vehicles, and for that case you shall have done a database. Then we have a graph or a chart. It is just a pictorial or a graphical representation of data. When you talk about a graph, it is just a pictorial or that is graphical representation of data. Then we have state 5 advantages of electronic spreadsheets. When we talk about an electronic spreadsheet, guys, view it in terms of a computerized spreadsheet like Microsoft Excel. So when you talk about Excel, like for example, if I open Excel, Microsoft Excel here, this is Excel, guys. This is a worksheet. These are pages. Like for example, if I type something here, when I go to this, you cannot see it. You see, these are different pages. So the whole of this is called a workbook, but these are the grid patterns of columns and rows we are talking about. So what are the advantages? The first advantage is that it offers large worksheets for data input and output. It utilizes the power of computer like speed, accuracy to quickly accomplish tasks. It produces network. You can see Excel will give you all formatting features. You can change your stuff to red, different colors, put background, so your work becomes neat. It enables quick manipulation of mathematical data through built-in functions. That's very true. Also, if you perform one function, Excel will automatically perform the others for you. That one is called automatic recalculation power or automatic recalculation formula. So it automatically does the stuff for you. Then we have application areas of spreadsheet. Where can you use spreadsheet? So in statistical analysis, a spreadsheet is used to model complex problems and solutions. You can use it for statistical analysis. You can use it in accounting. So in accounting, it is used to manipulate financial data. In mathematics and science, it is used to solve mathematics and scientific problems using formulas and functions. It is also used in data management. You may get your teachers there in your school using Excel to manage your results. So they feed there, and they can also be in a position to see how you are actually trading. Then we have state any true ways in which you can start Microsoft Excel. So there are very many ways. Like for example, you can just go to type, that is to the search, and then hit Microsoft Excel, or you can open any Microsoft Excel program or file. And also somebody else may just go to start, run, then type Excel or excel.exe. So there are various ways. Then here, guys, we have Microsoft Excel screen. So here you can see this upper part is called the title bar. We have the control panel here, or the control box, where we have minimize, maximize or restore, and also the cross button. We also have the ribbons with different groups. We have clipboard, font, alignment, number, style, cells. These ones are called groups, and the whole thing is called ribbon. So we have different ribbons. Somebody else may talk of menus. Of course, it's correct. So then we have the working area. We have the column headers, A, B, C, D. We have the row headers, 1, 2, 3. We have worksheets or sheet tabs down here. We also have the scroll. Also, we have the zoom. So guys, that is that. Then differentiate between a workbook and a worksheet. As Arya said, we have said that Microsoft Excel, or a spreadsheet, of which I use Microsoft Excel as an example, you realize that a workbook is a collection. It's a collection of many worksheets, whereas a worksheet is a single page of the workbook, to be precise. Differentiate between a row and a column. Guys, when you click on that, that is a row. That is a row. It is just okay, this is a column. Sorry guys, a column. A column always goes that way. Then this is a row. So we have a row. The one that is in red is a row. This is a row. This is a column. So how do you use words? A row is a horizontal arrangement of cells. Horizontal, just like I have shown you. Whereas a column is vertical. Remember, in an exam, you can draw. You can draw and show the examiner that you know. With reference to spreadsheets, differentiate between a range and a cell. Guys, if we go to this one, like now, if I want to have this one, you see, that one. Then I right click, then I go to define name, like I can call it Don Gichai. Don Gichai. You see now, this is okay. Let's just have this one. Let's have that. So guys, you see, if I click on this one here, you see here it's I6, but when I am here, when I rest my cursor here in this range here, this range is called as Don Gichai. This one, this is the range. So it's a group of cells that have been named. Whereas when I click on a single one like this is J9. I'm in J9. You see, this is 9, this is J. Here I am in R2. This is called the name box. So this is a range, whereas this is a single cell. Now, how do you explain that? A range is a block of selected or named cells. I have shown you that. Whereas a cell is an intersection between a column and a row. You can also draw this in an exam situation in case you get yourself on the wrong side. Explain the importance of formula bar. Guys, this is the formula bar. Like for example, if I am typing something, Gichai, done. You see, my name is Gichai, not Gichai. Now, if I want to correct here, I can use the formula bar. You see now, I can use the formula bar here to Gichai. So, what is the work of a formula bar? Number one is to allow editing. Like for example here, it allows you to edit. It also allows you to type a formula. You can type a formula directly here. So, what is the answers? The formula bar is special intersection point of formulas and data. All formulas and data are entered in the formula bar before they can be entered into the cell. Rather, you can add that it can be used to edit contents of the cell. Explain how to make a particular cell active. This is straightforward, just click on it. So the answer is click on it. Like for example, I want to activate K, this is K9. So I just click or double click on it. So that is the answer. Then guys, state 2 advantages of creating a worksheet using predefined template instead of using blank worksheet. So sometimes you may opt to create a new worksheet. Like I have pressed control, let me say just go to file, then new. Guys, these are the templates, available templates. Like for example, I want to create a budget or a calendar. So the examiner is, let me just click on an invoice. The examiner is asking, instead of you creating now like the invoice by yourself, why should you opt to use the templates? So, okay, currently I'm offline, but the solution is very simple. That a defined template will actually give you predefined features. It will give you good colors. It will give you good range, etc. So the answer is, it is faster to create a worksheet. Like for example, if I'm creating an invoice, then I use a template. You'll notice that the template will quicken my work because there are some things I do not type or edit. So the template may provide special formulas already embedded in it, hence making it more useful. That's very true. You'll notice that if you are creating an invoice or something that requires calculation, when you use a template will actually quicken or give you formulas that probably you may have struggled to get. Apart from when saving a workbook for the first time, when else is advisable to use save as command? Guys, save as command has 4 uses. Actually here I can see 3. It has 4 uses. Like for example, if you are asked about give 3 uses of save as command or differentiate between save and save as command. Save as is used when you are changing location. It is used when you are saving, you are renaming a file. It is used when you want a new file type. Also, you can talk of for saving the file for the first time, of which the examiner here has actually said apart from. So these are the uses, the 4 uses of save as command: renaming a file, changing location, and also changing file type. Like for example, I want to save this work of mine as PDF. So I just go to save as. You see I have used save as. Then down here, I will choose PDF. You see now, I have saved my file as PDF. That is what we are talking about, the last point. Number 15, crossing a workbook is different from exiting the application. Elaborate. Very true. If you click on file, you will notice there is exit and there is cross. When I cross the current document without crossing the application. But when I exit, I cross the whole application. That is the difference. So guys, when a workbook is crossed, the application continue running. However, when exiting the application, the entire workbook is closed and the application stops running. Then we have state the characteristics of each of the following types of cell data entries. Guys, we also call them data types in in spreadsheets, or rather, you can also go ahead and talk about Microsoft Excel. So, when we talk about labels or text or alphanumeric, labels are used as headings. Okay, when you talk about labels, you're talking about text. You can mix numbers like a car number plate, KAJ, 509P. You see, we have mixed numbers and letters. So that is a label or text or alphanumeric. You also have values. Values are also called numeric or numbers, 0 to 9. Then we have formula. A formula is a mathematical expression. Then we have a function. A function is a user-defined formula. So these are the 4 types of data entries that can be done in Microsoft Excel or in a spreadsheet. Then we have cell referencing and basic formula and function. Explain 3 types of cell referencing when creating a formula and manipulating cells. So guys, we have 3 types of cell referencing. What do we mean by cell referencing? Cell referencing, guys, means that it means that you are trying to point. You are trying to point a data in a certain cell. So, like for example, guys, if I want to talk about Gichaidon here, where is Gichaidon? It is in K9. So you are referencing, instead of saying Gichaidon, you say equals to K9. So K9 here refers to where my data is referenced. So guys, we carry on. We have said we have 3 types. We have relative, absolute, and mixed. Mixed is the use of the 2, relative and absolute. Whereas when we talk about a relative cell addressing, this means that when you copy the formula to the next cell, it keeps on changing. But absolute means that even if that formula is copied from one cell to the other, the results are the same, or the formula does not change. And how do you do that? You usually use $sign. Like for example, guys, if I go to this point, I have 500. So I want to refer to this 500. Let me use something sensible, 5%. Like now here I have products. Then we have prices. So we have product F, product J, H, like that. These are products. And then they have different prices. But these prices should be subjected to the same percentage. That means I don't want the percentage to change. And therefore, for example, now I want to see the new price. So here, I will type equals. I want to refer to this. This is E3. So I will put a $sign before and after that. Then this, you see now it takes 5%. So I'll take $sign times this. Then I press enter. So if I do this down here, you'll notice that J6, see for yourself, J6 will be changing. Look at the formula bar here. You see now as I go down, J7, 8, 9. But this part is not changing. E3 is not changing, you see. So this part is called absolute. It doesn't change. The part that keeps on changing is called relative. Then we have differentiate between this and this. Now the difference is, just like I have shown you, this is absolute because it has $sign here, but this one doesn't. So this means when I copy this next cell, it becomes C5, but this one will remain C4. That's the difference. So describe the location of that one. Okay, just skip that. Question 19. Explain the following mathematical operators. We have arithmetic operators. These are the normal operators. We have plus, that is addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. Guys, just note how we do division, how we press division in computer. We use a forward slash. Whereas in multiplication, we use asterisk or star. Then we have relational operators. These are operators that compare. They work in a situation, in a status called Boolean, or true or false. For a normal computer student, instead of just scaring people by saying Boolean, just say true or false, yes or no. So if you say greater than or equal to, is equal to, less than or equal to, the situation is either true or false. That is relational operators. So these are the relational operators: greater than, less than or equal to, blah, 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 blah. Then we have 20. Compare the formulas, these two formulas. Okay. This one is a formula, whereas this is a function. The difference between a formula and a function is that a function is a user-defined formula, like this. But this one is a formula. Any other person will put this. So the difference is that this is a formula, this is a function. Functions use keywords like sum, product, maximum, such, if, etc. State 4 categories of inbuilt functions in Microsoft Excel. So we have statistical functions, e.g. average, maximum, minimum. We have logical, that is or if, this one. We have mathematical, that is sum, product, blah, 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 blah. We have date and time, like today, hour, etc. You can refer this one later on. You can also use ChatGPT to help you to know more about this one without struggling. Guys, study the worksheet in table 2.1 below and answer the questions that follow. We have total harvest in 1,000 bags, year 1 and year 2. So write the formula that would be entered in cell C3 to return the percentage increase in the harvest. So we have the answers here. This is the formula. So you put this one minus this one divided by 3 times 100. Then the formula is entered in this when copied, so this is the answer. Then convert the following. This one should be sum. This is a typo, typing error. So convert the following to absolute. Guys, I just told you, you just put $sign before and after. Before and after. So this is the answer. That means it becomes that one. Then we have state the expression that would be used to obtain the maximum. Whenever you hear maximum, you type max. You take the first in cell and the last separated by full colon. Minimum, you do the same. You type equals to. Remember, a formula must start with an equal sign. So you just take the least and that is the first and the last. For calculation for the sum, you do the same. Remember, a formula must start with an equal sign. Also, guys, we have this one. This is if function. What is happening here is that if B3 is greater or equal to 60, it gives grade B. Rather, it gives grade C or F. Then formula to write today's date, we type equals to now. Like for example, just type here equals to now. Then you close and open the bracket. So you see, it returns today's date and time. But up here, you can see it is equals to now. That is the answer. Then guys, we have state 2 methods of editing a cell. Number 1 is double clicking on it. Number 2 is using the formula bar, just like I had shown you earlier on. Outline the steps you would follow to correct spelling mistakes. You can press F7. You can also press A, B, C, D on the review. So when you want to spell check, that is in Excel, you can just go to review, then click on spelling to see now the spelling check will run. You can also press F7 to initialize the thesaurus. Then we have differentiate between moving and copying text. So when you copy something, you leave a duplicate. But when you move, you transfer everything. So it's like the examiner is asking, differentiate between cut and copy. Copying is duplicating. Cutting is transferring or moving. So explain how you would perform the following. Delete a range of cell. Number 1, you highlight it, then press delete on the keyboard. Inserting a row, like for example, if I want to insert a row, I just right click, then insert. You see, I have inserted a new row. For the column, you do the same, right click, insert. So it's just a matter of writing it down on how that one is performed. Then define the term formatting. When you talk about formatting, it is to enhance. It is to enhance the appearance of something. Like for example, you can change the font size, font color, etc. State the meaning of the following number formatting. So guys, if I open Excel, these are my numbers, then I go home, you see, the examiner is asking about these ones. We have general, number, currency, accounting, short date, blah, 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 so many. We also have more data types here, more number formats. So if I click, you can see we have these ones. We have general, number, currency, etc. So what are the functions? So general displays in a number format entered. Currency changes something to monetary value. Percentage changes something to percent. Number changes number. Date changes that one to date format. Then we have outline, how to print. So to print something like Excel here, you just go to print, file, then you hit on print. When you hit on print, it gets here as print preview. So you set the parameters like number of copies, page what to page what, print both pages or what, A4 size, etc. Then you press OK. Then guys, after that one, we have state ways of making sure that columns are wide enough to accommodate long text. Number one, you can just double click. Like for example, if you type something here, like this one, you see now this one, the word product, so I just double click, you see. That is one way. Number two is to hold the border and drag. Those are the ways. Then describe global formatting. The global formatting worksheet affects the entire worksheet. The entire worksheet is selected. So it is also important for you to note that we have global formatting or auto formatting. Then we have differentiate between sorting and filtering. Sorting is arranging something from ascending, either using ascending or descending order. Whereas the filtering is extracting data that meet a certain criteria. Then we have sort. How do you sort? You actually highlight. Like now, if I want to do stuff, like now I can highlight this one. I want to filter or to sort. So I just go to data, then sort. You see now there is those ones, A to Z, blah blah blah. So that is the difference. Then those are the steps. Then how do you validate data? To validate data, you can validate data to make sure that only data that meet a certain criteria is fed there. Like for example, I want here to only allow data that is between 0 and 100, sorry, 1 and 100. So if somebody keys in 200, it should actually fail. That is, I highlight, then I go to data, then data validation. I click data validation. Here I choose whole number between minimum 1, maximum 100. Then input message here, the message that should appear there, karibu sana. Then here we accept numbers between 0 and 100. So what is the error message? In case somebody violates that, they get a warning that error, check and retry. So if you do that, guys, I click OK. You see now I get a message. If I key something like 200, you see now I get another message. That is data validation. It will only allow data that is between 0 and 100. Then I have shown you the steps of data validation. Then differentiate between consolidation and subtotaling. Consolidation refers to summarizing several worksheets into a master worksheet, where subtotaling is grouping and generating subtotals and grand totals from the worksheet. You can practice on that. Then for the steps, you just go to data, like for example here. So here you just go to data menu, then you go to subtotals. You see there is consolidate and there is subtotal. So you can practice on that. Those are the steps. Step 3, advantages of using forms in spreadsheet. So form provide a more user-friendly interface. Forms enhance data security since they hide other data in the worksheet. Forms validate data entry, reducing wrong entries. Then from there, we have what is a chart, what is reged, and data series. So a chart is a pictorial representation of relationship between two varying sets of data. A reged is the key in geography, in social studies in your primary school or geography. When you are drawing a chart, there is the key of different colors showing what they represent. Then we have data series. This is the data that has been used to come up with the chart. Then we list 9 types of charts. There are so many. If you just go to here, insert, you will see these are the types of charts. We have column charts with its friends, line chart, pie chart, bar chart, area chart, scatter, and others like DAFNAT, bubble, radar, etc. You can just evaluate, you can just explore. Then from there, explain how you would print a workbook. That is very simple. I had shown you that. Just hit file, then print, then you can set your parameters. Then from there, we have now other questions. We have other questions that you can go through at your free time, like describe 3 components of a spreadsheet, explain 4 data types. These ones are just a recap of what we have covered. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe, remember to comment, remember to like the videos, and also come up again another time to see what's new. Thank you very much. Welcome to Form 2 topic databases. These are questions and answers. So we start by looking at the concepts: database, object, and DBMS, or database management system. What is a database? A database is a structured collection of data or information stored together in one place for easy management and retrieval. When you talk about a database is just a collection of related data. Like for example, you can keep a database about a student or students in a school. Then we have an object. An object is a thing or an entity. In Microsoft Access, of which we shall use as our DBMS or database management system, you will notice it has tables, queries, forms, and reports. Those are objects. Then we have database management system. This is a program or a software. It is a software that is used to keep and manage databases. Then we have question number 2. Give 7 examples of DBMS. So we have Microsoft Access, we have MySQL, we have Sybase, we have FoxPro, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, and OpenOffice database. Basically, these are just a few examples of many of database management system. In our syllabus, we shall use Microsoft Access. Explain around 6 functions of database management software or DBMS. So it allows the user to add or delete records. It allows for updates or modification, or somebody may talk of editing. Then we have organizes data for easy access and retrieval, acts as an interface between the database and other applications. Also, you can talk of it ensures security of data. You can give passwords, or you can encrypt your data. Also, you have it keeps statistics of data item in a database. So basically, guys, these are some of functions of database management system. Then we have highlight 5 disadvantages of traditional filing methods like the file cabinet. Basically, when you talk about a database, the importance of database is to hasten the data, that is data storage. And in ancient days, or in old days, we used to use the cabinets or the cupboards. So here, these are the disadvantages of using the manual file system or traditional filing system. It is cumbersome. That means it's difficult to arrange and retrieve data. It encourages redundancy. That means you can duplicate files without knowing. But in computer, we shall introduce something called primary key, which is a unique field that will prevent duplication. Then we have it occupy a lot of space. You can imagine files or cabinets in comparison to computer. Then we have poor data relationships. Later on we shall look what is a relationship, or check what is a relationship. It is just a connection between tables that ensure there is no redundancy or repetition or duplication. Then we have difficulty in updates. Then we have state 6 advantages of database over manual or flat files. So basically we shall use the other answers and turn them in positive. So there is quick retrieval of records, there is ease of editing and updating data, occupies less space, reduce data redundancy, we have talked about duplication, easier creation of data, and also easier report generation and querying tools. Later on we shall see what are queries. Then we have database models provide structural design for storing and accessing data from the database. Using illustrations where possible, explain 4 database models. So guys, we have hierarchical model as our first model. So in hierarchical, data is arranged in a family tree manner, as you can see. This is called hierarchical. You can use such a diagram to demonstrate. Then we have network model, guys. This is our next one. So you have network model. Like here, you can see we have customers, supermarket, suppliers, and transaction. It is actually a network. Therefore, we say there are many paths from one database item, so as these figures indicates here. Then we have relational. You can see here I am using normal tables, but there is this link to show relationship, that the customer ID here is related to customer who is making the order. So where we have tables with the relationships, we call it relational model. Then guys, we have object-oriented model. This is a hybrid model that combines object-oriented with the relational database concepts. So basically, this is a mixture of the object, that is of the relational and other models. Then we have discuss the importance of the following. So guys, these are the objects, database objects. We have table, we have query, we have form, and also we have reports. So these are the objects we are talking about. Then, so when you talk about a table, it's just a collection of related fields. A form is a GUI or a user interface that enables you to key in data into the tables. Then we have a query. A query is just a statement that is used to extract, to modify, to do calculations, or to sort data in the database. So you can also visit my practical session. The link is just below this video so that you can be in a position to understand the practical in Microsoft Access. Then we have explain how data is organized in a database. Basically, data is organized in terms of fields, records, files or tables, and later on we have now the database. So we start with the fields, records, files or tables, and then now the database itself. Distinguish between an entity and an attribute. Basically, when we are keeping a database, we are keeping database about something. That something that we keep database about, or an item, is called an entity, and that entity must have characteristics. The characteristics are called attributes. So attributes are the characteristics of an entity. Then we have a state. We have state the guidelines on designing a good database. Basically, when you are designing a good database, you study the user requirements. That is the first thing. That is the input, outputs. That is the input that will be captured and the outputs expected. Then carefully determine the attributes. We have said these are the characteristics of the entity. So you carefully determine the attributes of each data entity. Then you design primary keys. A primary key is a special field or a unique field that avoids duplication or avoids you leaving the record as blank. So differentiate between table and a query. We have looked at that one up there. Then we have primary key and index. There is a difference between a primary key and an index. A primary key, as I said earlier, is a unique field that ensures that there is no duplication of data. Whereas an index is a unique value given to a field in order to make it easy for searching. So an index is basically there to make it easy for searching of records. Then we have text and memo data types. In Microsoft Access, we have data types. Like now we have text. These are alphanumeric. Then we have memo. This is long text. If you need to write a paragraph or so, or several paragraphs, then you can use memo instead of text. But in modern Access, we have short text and long text. Then we have, what is a candidate key? A candidate key is a field in a table which has unique values and can be selected to be the primary key. So guys, you can look at that one. That one is self-explanatory for that matter. Explain why it is important to define a primary key in a database. I think I have severally said that the primary key is used to make sure that data is not duplicated. Then we have state two main properties that make a field qualify to be a primary key. We have said when it does not allow null or blank. Null, you can also talk of blank or empty fields, blank. Then we have it avoids duplicate. It avoids you from duplicating. Then we have, with reference to database management software such as Microsoft Access, outline how you would create a database. Basically, you open Microsoft Access, then you type the name of the database. Like here, you are creating a database called PESA. So basically, these are the steps. You open Access, you click on blank, then you save the database as given. Then from there, you go to create and then hit table design. Therefore, you'll be in a position to work on it. Then specify the field data types of the following. We have said we have several data types. Like now, telephone number. If you write a telephone number, 0 disappears, like 07 blah blah blah. So you put that one as text. Then in case you are dealing with money, that data type is called currency. If you are talking of date and time, the data type is date and time. If you have something like gender, female or male, where you have to switch between yes and no, or true and true false. So for that case, we have yes, no data type. Then picture. When you want to put a picture, you can use array or object linking and embedding. You can also use a new data type called attachment. You can also use attachment data type. Then for any numeric field, you use numeric data type. But if you want incrementing numbers automatically, you set that one as auto number. Then what are field properties? Field properties are special characters set for each data attribute or field, such as length of the input, type, and then format, among others. So field properties, we have format, we have field size, we have caption, default value, validation rule. You can visit my practical session for those. Restrict the user to, we have differentiate between a primary key, differentiate between a primary key and a foreign key. Primary key, we have talked of being a unique field, whereas a foreign key is the primary key of the primary table included in the secondary table. So if like I took you in the tables when we are dealing with database models, you realize that customer ID was in table 1 and table 2. So for that case, when you talk about customer ID being in table 2, reference from table 1, then it becomes a foreign key. Then describe we have looked at describe the concept behind relating tables. So two tables are linked, making records in one table to refer to those in the other table. So this enables specific attributes of data stored in multiple linked tables to display in a single query. So that is the essence or the importance of relationship. Then we have define an entity relationship model. It is a data model showing the relationship between various entities in the database. Simple and clear. Then we have types of relationship. We are supposed to explain types of relationship. We usually have one-to-many relationship. This is whereby one field in one table relates to one field in second table. But we have a situation whereby one field, like the customer, may make many orders. So one-to-many relationship. Like now, we can have one record in the parent table relating to several records, just like I have shown there. Then we have many to many. Like now, one teacher may many teachers may teach many students. Like in high school, you'll get we have many teachers because of many subjects teaching many students. So that for that case, we have many to many relationship. Then we have explain when it is necessary to filter in query records. So a filter returns records that have all the fields in the database or in the table, where a query may retrieve only some fields of the records. A filter allows one to view records based on a certain criteria during a session without making it permanent object, as it is the case of a query. Then we have something called normalization. When you are dealing with database, it is important to narrow down to avoid duplication. So normalization is the process of simplifying database entity attribute in such a manner as to make sure that fields do not store repeating values. So this reduces data redundancy. So the essence of normalization is to narrow down. Like now here, you look at this, we have customer ID, customer name, customer email, customer phone, customer address. Then you see from now this point here, we have now, we shall narrow down. Like now here, there is the normalization done. Like now you see, I have separated customer ID with the address. Whereas here, the customer ID is representing the name, customer email, and customer phone number. So explain why it is important to reinforce referential integrity between related tables. So enforcing referential integrity ensures that each record entered in the related table has its foreign keys associated to an existing primary key in the primary table. So basically, what we mean by enforcing referential integrity is to compare. It is to compare by ticking. There is somewhere you tick when creating relationship that enforce or reinforce. That is enforce, should be enforced. That you should enforce the referential integrity. So explain how you would import a worksheet from a workbook into a database. So basically, you open file menu, then you go to use that, then you go to get data in Microsoft, that is in Microsoft 97 to this, or external data tab, then import group in Microsoft Access 7 and above, that is up to 2021. Then we have define the terms form, bound control, and bound control. So basically, a form is a GUI, like we said earlier, that allows data entry, whereas a bound control is a control on a form that is associated to a table or query, whereas unbound control is it's actually a label on the form that is, or a text box that is not associated to any underlying table or query. So these questions are very crucial. State two ways of creating forms in a typical DBMS. So you can use design view or you can use form wizard. Then we have a different question here. We go to querying. So define the terms query. We have Dynaset. We have Dynaset. Should be Dynaset. And SQL. So when you talk about a Dynaset is a resort. It is a resort of a query. Then we have SQL. This stands for Structured Query Language. It is just a language that that database understands. Then a query, we said it is an object that is used to retrieve, manipulate, edit data from a database. Then we have the next question. Different types of queries. We have a select query. We also have update query, delete query. There are so many queries. So we have write a criteria that would accomplish the following, that is display all the records whose first letter field starts with P. You can write like P, or you can just put P and asterisk like that. So this one can also qualify to be an answer. You can try it in Microsoft Access query. Display all the records in date of birth falling between 1990 and 2016. So you just write between, you write the first date and the last date. What is a calculated field? Okay, sometimes like you can have year of birth, and then you want to produce, that is, you want to produce or to get age. If age was not a field in the table and you include it in a query for calculation purposes, then it qualifies to be a calculated field. And therefore, a calculated field is created in a query using a mathematical expression. The operands are based on the existing fields. Like now you can say year of birth minus the current year. Then we have explain how you would insert a calculated control in a query. That one you can just try it in practical session. Then we have define or differentiate between a report and a label. So a report is used to summarize records from tables and queries, whereas a label is used for purpose of addressing or identifying an item. Explain the importance of creating a report based on a query rather than a database. A report based on query will only display the records which have been selected using a particular criteria, hence it will be brief and targeted. On the other hand, a report based on database table retrieves all the records in the table. Also, when you want to filter or to produce specific data, it's important to base your report from a query. Highlight 3 ways of making a report attractive. So you can group similar records, you can sort and group again, and also you can select good display style. There are some styles or auto format. Outline the steps you would follow to generate a mailing label of size 21 mm by 15. So to generate a mailing label in Microsoft Access, using the wizard, open the database. In the database window, click on Report tab, then New. From the New Report tab, use the Custom button to set the label size, and finally click on Finish. You can just attempt that. Explain why it is important to sort records on a report and also group. Sorting enables the target readers of the report to quick locate or to easier the search of whatever they want. Then we have group records. Grouping enables putting together of records that have similar characteristics, simple and clear. Then we have this part, we have the macros. So we have define macro, encryption, and user account. A macro is a set of commands used to automate actions. Then we have encryption. It is a security feature used for encoding a data object in the database so that it is not easily accessed by unauthorized guys. Then you have a user account. It's a security feature used to authenticate user to the user system resources or database objects. Outline the procedure you would follow to create a macro that would open a report and print it at a click of a button. So these are the steps. In the database window, click the macro button, then New. Click So outline how to protect a database using a password. To set up a password in Microsoft Access 2003, open the database in exclusive mode. On the tools menu, point to security and click database. Click database. Then you set the password. So this is for the older Windows. Then in the box, in the password box, type the password. Then you re-enter to modify. So guys, that is the end of my presentation. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, and also download copies of these notes and questions from my website. The URL is below this video. Thank you very much. Hi guys, let's look at desktop publishing. That is Form 2 topic. It's a topic in Form 2. So we needed to go through question and answers. And the first question is define the following terms. We have publishing, publication, and desktop publishing. So guys, when you talk about publishing, this refers to the process of producing and distributing written or visual materials such as books, magazines, newspapers, or digital content to the public. So when you talk about publishing, it's you are like delivering. You are trying to deliver some message either in written or in digital content. Then we have publication. When we do publishing, we produce a publication. So what is a publication? A publication refers to the final product of the publishing process, such as a book, a magazine, or a newspaper. Then we have now the action, desktop publishing, or DTP. It is a type of publishing that uses specialized software on a personal computer to produce professional looking printed or digital documents. Then guys, we have purpose of desktop publishing. What is the purpose? So when we talk about the purpose of DTP or desktop publishing, number one is creation or creating and manipulating graphical objects. Number two is creating layouts, and number three is printing publication. So the purpose of publishing or DTP is to create and manipulate graphical objects. Then you can also say you are creating layouts, like for example you want to create a template, and also printing now the whole stuff. Then state three or several advantages of DTP over traditional methods of publishing. So guys, we have digital distribution, that is DTP allows for easy digital distribution of publications which can be shared online, downloaded as PDF, and accessed on a variety of devices. Then we have high quality output. DTP allow for precise control over that is typography, layout, and color, resulting in high quality output that is consistent across all copies. So guys, we have high quality output. Then we have flexibility. DTP allows for easy customization and design changes, making it easier to create unique and visually appealing publication. Then also DTP allows you to save on cost. Once you create one document, you can produce it many times. That is cost saving. And lastly, we have speed and efficiency. With the DTPs, the entire publishing process can be completed much faster than with the traditional methods. So the softwares allow for quick editing, formatting, and layout changes. So guys, those are some of the advantages of DTP over other ways of publishing. Then guys, we have types of DTP. State and explain two categories of DTP software. Guys, we usually have graphical based and layout based. These are the two categories or types of DTP. So we talk about graphical based and layout based. Now the difference is somebody will ask you to give the examples of DTP software. So we have graphical based and we have layout based. So when we talk about graphical based, we have Adobe Photoshop, we have CorelDRAW, and Adobe Illustrator. On the other hand, layout based, we have Adobe PageMaker, we have MS Publisher, and Adobe InDesign. But in our syllabus, we use Adobe PageMaker or Microsoft Publisher. But I prefer Microsoft Publisher because of my own reasons. Then guys, question number 5. State advantages of DTP software over word processor. So here we talk about layout control. We have professional quality output. We have typographical options. we have consistency, and also we have it support complex graphics. So guys, you can just pause the videos and make short notes on the advantages of DTP software over word processor. Then guys, we have the toolbox of Adobe PageMaker 7. Remember, Adobe PageMaker latest version is 7.0. The publisher did not produce other versions. So guys, this is very important. This is the toolbox. We have the tools just like they have indicated here. You can pause the video to just go through the tools. They are vividly displayed for you. So we have the zoom tool, the hand tool, text tool, crop tool, etc. So this is the toolbox that we use in Adobe PageMaker. In Microsoft Publisher, we also have the tools. So if I launch Publisher for you guys, you'll notice that also Microsoft Publisher has its own tools. So when we go to insert, these are the tools that are available. We have WordArt, we have Draw. You see, these are the tools. But in Microsoft Publisher 2007, it has various tools that are so much equivalent or almost similar to this one. So guys, this is just a matter of applying the knowledge you have from Adobe PageMaker to other DTP. Then these are the functions of various tools, guys. We have pointer tool. It is used to select, to move and resize blocks. Then we have text tool. It is used to select or type text. We have rotating tool. It is used to rotate selected graphics or text blocks. We have cropping tools, guys. This is used to trim imported graphics. We have line, used to draw lines. We have constraint tool, which is used to draw vertical or horizontal lines. We have rectangle for drawing rectangle and square. We have ellipse for drawing circular objects. We have ellipse frame. It is used to create circular or oval placeholder for text and graphics. We have polygon, that is for drawing various polygons. We have hand tool, it is used to scroll over the page. Then we have zoom tool, very important. If you are dealing with a small graphic, you can hit the zoom tool, the zoom tool, guys, and then click on the page. It will zoom the page for you. Then guys, we have the purpose. What is the purpose of rulers, document setup, and master page? Master page in Adobe PageMaker or in Publisher are used to create consistent layout and design throughout your document. Like for example, guys, if I want to put a logo or on my textbook or on my magazine, you put it on the master page, then it appears all other pages. So master page is used to put similar layout that will appear each and every other page. Then we have document setup. In Adobe PageMaker, it allows you to define the parameters of your document, such as page size, orientation, margins, columns, and more. So document setup basically is how your document will look like. Then we have rulers. Rulers are used to measure and align the objects in the document. Simple and clear. There are explanations there just to support the first line that rulers in DTP are used to measure and align the object in the document. Then we have question number 8, guys. Parts of Adobe PageMaker screen. These are the parts of Adobe PageMaker. We have these ones. So there is not much difference between the page layout of Adobe PageMaker and other DTP. So we usually have the pasteboard. This page here is used to paste stuff that you use them in the page margin here, that is in the area, that is in the page area. So here, wherever or whatever is put inside this margin is printable, but whatever is put outside in the pasteboard, it is not printable. Then you can also see the toolbox. The toolbox is part of that. Then question number 9, in DTP or desktop publishing, cropping and resizing are two different techniques. So explain or differentiate between cropping and resizing. Guys, when I talk about cropping, this is the process of removing unwanted parts of an image by trimming the edges. Whereas resizing, you hold the handlebars. So resizing is the process of changing the physical dimensions of an image by making it larger or smaller. So guys, when you talk about resizing. Like if I may demonstrate, if I draw something here, if I just draw this, you see these are called the handlebars. You see now I'm holding the handlebars to either increase or resize. But when you talk about cropping, like if I just do this, guys, this is my screenshot. So when I'm cropping, I'm really removing. You see now I want to remove, you see, I'm removing the unwanted parts of the image. So then we have question number 10. Non-printable guides in DTP are used to help designers align and position objects on a publication. These guides are not visible when the document is printed or exported as PDF, but they help to ensure that the layout is consistent and accurate. So here I'm just asking, or the examiner is asking, about the importance of non-printable guidelines. So the non-printable guidance, these are the answers. It is time-saving. It also works on consistency, precision, and the importance of these ones are actually summarized there. Then we have there 3 types of non-printable guides in DTP. These are baseline guides, column guides, and margin guides. So guys, you can pause the video. You can pause the video to make sure that you take short notes on the baseline guides. We have column guides and margin guides. These are the 3 examples of non-printable guides in DTP. Then we have question number 11, guys. The DTP, you can make sure that an object has a solid color by doing what? Okay, in other words, I'm asking, how can you ensure that an object has solid color? So what you need to do is to select the object you want, then open fill, then you choose the color. Simple. Like for example, guys, if I remove this one, I want to put color, fill color here. So you select the object, you go to format, then you can just go to shape fill, then you fill. That is exactly what I'm asking in the question. Then guys, we have the next question. How do you change the thickness? How do you change the thickness of a line? Simply, you just click on the line. Like if I remove this, I just go to insert, then I draw my line. I want to change the thickness. So I just go to shape out format, then I go to shape outline, go to where the weight is, then you click on 6pt and other. So simply you just click on the object, then you go to format, go to shape outline, weight, then you increase, you choose the points. You choose the point. You can also choose more lines here, guys. You can also choose more lines in that option. Then we have explain importance of grouping several objects together. Number 1, the first answer is for consistency. Like for example, if I want to apply the same color, the same fill effect, it will just be possible. Then we have efficient editing. That is, you can apply several changes together. Also organization, you can be in a position to organize the object as you wish, and also is a formatting. Formatting is improving the appearance of the object. Then list any 2 editing tools available in DTP. We have find and change tool. We have spelling tool. This is used for spelling, grammar and spelling checker. And also you have the find and change. This one ensures that you can actually at a glance change a certain word or phrase using the find and change tool. Explain how to locate and change a sentence in a publication. Simple. Use find and change or replace command. You just press Ctrl H or Ctrl F depending on the Microsoft Office you are using. Then what do the term formatting a publication refer? Just like I said earlier, formatting is to improve. It is to improve the appearance. It is making something attractive. Like for example, guys, you can see I have separated the question and the answer using red color. So this is formatting. I'm just like improving the appearance. You see, now this one now is appearing. It is appearing to my eyes or your eyes. Then we have explained the importance of applying formatting styles to a format of a publication instead of using format menu. So each style already has a group of formats which can be applied to the publication with a single mouse click. Like I just do this, you see this one is easier rather than going now to format menu, then do the stuff. Then state the names of each of the following text cases. Text cases are whether characters are in capital letter or small letter. So like Dawn is good. This is title case. You see, I have capitalized the first letter of every word. That is called title case. But Dawn is good. Everything is capital. That one is called uppercase. Dawn is good. This is sentence case. It is a normal sentence that starts with a capital letter and ends with a small letter or a full stop. Then Dawn is good, lowercase, everything is in small letter. So guys, the cases are title case, uppercase, sentence case, and lowercase. Then we have, how do you put a drop cap in DTP? It's very simple. To put a drop cap, right now, if I want to put a drop cap, remember in DTP, in Microsoft Publisher, you must use a text box to type. So when I go to shapes, then I just type here Dawn. Dawn is good. Like that, then let me just increase this one so that you can see. Now I want to put a drop cap. So simply, I just highlight it, go to format. You see there is a drop cap here. Then I just choose the drop cap I want. So that's how you put a drop cap. You just need to write that one in. So to put a drop cap in Microsoft Publisher, you can follow these steps. Open Publisher, type your document, click inside the text box, just like I have done. These are the steps. You have seen how to go about it. Meanwhile, you can pause the video and take short notes. Then we have discuss text wrapping. Guys, when we talk about text wrapping, this refers to the way text flows around objects such as images, graphics, or other design element. It allows designers to create complex layouts that combine the text and visuals in a visually appealing and effective way. Like now, if we talk about various types of text wrapping, we have square, we have tight, we have through, we have top and bottom, we have behind text, in front of text, etc. So guys, if you are talking about drop, that is text wrap, when you go to this point here, you can be in a position to see the text wrap. You can just, these ones, these are the types of text wrap. Guys, we have none, square, tight. You can see them. These are the text wraps we are talking about. It's how your text is aligned over the text. Then we have, what is the difference between color separation and artwork? Color separation refers to the process of separating a design into its individual color components for printing. In DTP, color separation is often used for printing processes such as rayon, magenta, yellow, and black, or spot color, where each color requires its own print or layout. Then we have artwork. This refers to the visual elements or graphics used in design or publication. Artwork can include illustrations, photographs, diagrams, charts, other visual elements that communicate the message or information. So guys, you can just pause the video and take short notes. Then we have explain the importance of scaling a publication during printing. So guys, when you talk about scaling, you are actually doing it for the purpose of correct size, compactability, layout adjustments, and cost effectiveness. So these are the reasons as to why somebody may do scaling. Then we have state some problems that may occur during printing and how to solve them. Number one, we have alignment issues, we have color discrepancies, we have paper jams, we have print quality issues, and also we have bleed issues. So these bleed issues, this occurs when the printer does not print the bleed area of a document properly, resulting to white edges. So you can just pause the video and review on the answers. Then guys, outline the steps you would follow to print artwork for campaign posters using color separation. So the first thing, prepare the artwork, prepare the files for color separation, prepare the printer, then print the first color, then repeat for each color. Repeat the printing process for each additional color layer or artwork, ensuring that each layer is properly aligned with its previous layers. Then dry and finish the prints. Allow the prints to dry completely and then trim or finish them as needed to create the final campaign poster. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe. Also remember to share and comment on my videos. God bless you. Hi guys, let's look at topic number 6 in Form 2, data security and controls. So we shall start by defining terms, data security and data privacy. Data security is the process of protecting data and information against computer criminals or computer crimes. Later on, we shall look at computer crimes. So somebody may think of changing your password or changing your data. That is called alteration. Somebody may think of deleting your data, and that one is computer crime. Then we have data privacy. Data privacy is the protection of private data or information against misuse or unauthorized access. So when we talk about data privacy, you are protecting your data from being accessed by unauthorized guys. Then we have differentiate between privacy and confidentiality. Privacy refers to an individual's right to control access to data or information belonging to himself or herself. That is the privacy. It is the right to control access. You should know whom should I give the password or PIN number and who I should not give. Confidentiality, on the other hand, refers to the means of protecting private or corporate data or information from unauthorized access or disclosure. Then we have explain 3 core principles of information security. We call them CIA. That is confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means that sensitive data or information belonging to an individual or organization should not be made public without consent from the owner or owners or accessed illegally. Then we have integrity. Integrity means data or information should be reliable and should not be illegally modified. Availability means that data should be available when need be, or rather, data and information should be available at the right time. That's what we mean by availability. Then we have security threats and measures. Classify each of the following threats in Table 6.1 as affecting confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When I talk about system failure, is it about confidentiality, integrity, or availability? Viruses, fraud, eavesdropping, hacking, alteration, are they about confidentiality, integrity, or availability? Let's look at the answers. So when I talk about confidentiality, we have C, D, E. Integrity, we have B, C, E, F. So we have B, C, E, F. Availability, we have A, B, E. We have A, B, E. So you can pause the video to make sure that you grasp the concept. Then guys, we have using a suitable diagram, describe how encryption works as a means of enforcing security of transmitted data over insecure communication channel. So when you talk about encryption, it is mixing up data in a way that only the sender and the receiver will understand. So we usually have the plain text. It is mixed to be encrypted on the key. It becomes ciphertext. Then on receiving end, it is decrypted back to plain text. So you can use that diagram for that case. Then we have differentiate between password and biometric authentication. A password is an encoded string of characters that enables a person to positively identified before being given access. You have all dealt with smartphones when you want to access your Facebook, your IG, your TikTok account. You have to supply the password. Whereas biometrics, to some extent, when you want to access apps like GoTV app, you want to access their own apps, they usually allow you to supply your fingerprint or your iris or your face, in that it quickens the login or the authentication process. So those are called biometrics. You can use your fingerprints or your face, etc. Explain each of the following security threats and control measures that can be used. So we have computer virus. You are supposed to explain the security threat, then the control measure. We have unauthorized access, information system failure, and theft. So guys, we have computer virus. When we talk about a computer virus, it is a destructive program that attaches itself in the computer without the user's consent and installs itself in the computer without user's consent. So viruses delete data files, system files, and may also steal information from the computer. Now, how do you protect them? You protect them by installing antivirus or zero grazing your computer. That means you avoid external gadgets like flash disk, USB, memory cards, email attachments, blah, 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 blah. Then we have unauthorized access. This means gaining access to information for which they do not have permission to read, manipulate, or share. Like, for example, if you access somebody else's SMS on KCSE results, then we can say you have done something called unauthorized access. Probably this guy did not give you permission to publish or to tell others about his or her performance. So if you do that, you are committing a computer crime. So you can protect this one by putting passwords, putting fingerprints or facial, that is biometrics. Then we have information system failure. This is a situation where, due to an attack or other forces, an information system becomes unavailable for use by rightful persons. This can be controlled by putting in place a disaster recovery plan, something like a backup, installing interruptible power supply units, or even keeping or storing or saving your files in, that is on the cloud, something like Google Drive, something like Dropbox. Then we have information theft or system theft. This occurs when information and communication technology, that is ICT, assets are stolen. Theft can be avoided by reinforcing the computer room security. For example, you can do burglar proofing, that is installing metal grills, windows with grills, alarms, employing security guards, blah, 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 blah. Then we have number 8, highlight any 4 computer crimes. So we have so many computer crimes, but we shall narrow them down into around 5. So we have trespass. Remember, sometimes you can go to a place, then you get a message like Mboakari, no trespass, hakuna njia hapa. So when we talk about trespass, it may mean that unauthorized physical access to ICT assets or also accessing information digitally without permission is prohibited. So trespass is actually going to an authorized place or passing through an authorized place or even accessing a computer room without permission. Then you have hacking. This is forceful access of information held in a computer by breaking access control codes like password. So guys, if you have the IT knowledge to bypass a password, that is called hacking. We have a sister called cracking. Cracking is guessing passwords. You can guess passwords, like for example, you know your grandma was born in 1968, then you guess the password is 1968. That means if it goes on and opens the machine, then you have cracked, you have guessed the password. Then we have privacy. This should be piracy. Forgive me for that. Piracy should be piracy. Typing error, we call it typo. When we talk about piracy is copying somebody's copyrighted work and then sell it or benefit out of it. Like if you go to my YouTube channel, take my video, upload it to your YouTube channel, then you are doing piracy. You are going against the rights of intellectual property. That one can be protected by jailing guys, reporting them to the authorities, like in YouTube. If you report somebody, then action is taken. Somebody receives a strike. Then we have sabotage or illegal destruction. Assume a situation whereby somebody was counts cracks in a certain school or college. Then there was misuse of funds. This guy takes the hard disk and burns it or throws it in a latrine or in a dam so that information or evidence cannot be gotten from the machine. That is sabotage, or even burning the office to make sure that all ICT gadgets are destroyed. Then we have define the following terms: ICT policy, privacy, and copyright. So an ICT policy is a guideline or framework that spells out the practice in the use of ICT. Like for example, in your computer lab, you may hear your computer teacher having ICT policies like do not enter to computer lab when there is no teacher, do not exchange computers, do not exchange gadgets, do not unplug network wires. So that is a policy. It's just a guideline of how the ICT gadgets or ICT itself should be used. Then we have privacy. That is a piracy, guys. Still there was a typo. We are talking about piracy. So when we talk about piracy, I have explained it is duplicating copyrighted work. A copyright is a protection claim on a software, music, or literary work. Like for example, if you download one of my videos and upload it to your channel, I need to know. So if you avoided me knowing, then you have breached copyright. Then we have number 10, highlight some of acts of parliament or laws that govern the use of ICT in Kenya. So we have, in Kenya, we have 1998 Act. So we have in Kenya, the use of ICT is governed by several acts, regulations. Some of the significant acts and regulations that govern the use of ICT are, we have the Kenya Information and Communication Act 1998. It regulates the telecommunication. Then we have the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act 2018. This act criminalizes cybercrime, including hacking, identity theft, cyberbullying, and online fraud. Then we have Data Protection Act 2019. This act regulates the processing of personal data in Kenya and provides for the rights of data subjects. We have the Kenya Information and Communication Regulation into bracket Consumer Protection 2010. We have the Kenya Information and Communication Broadcasting Regulation 2009. We have Kenya Information and Communication into bracket National Security Regulation 2013. We have this act and regulation are continuously reviewed. So guys, basically we have this of 2013, 2009, we have 2019, 2018, and the others. Then we have explain the importance of information security laws and regulations. So we have protecting sensitive information, we have preventing cyber attacks, we have promoting trust and compliance. So guys, you can just pause the video to make sure that you make short notes. Then guys, we have revision exercises. These ones can help you to make sure that wherever or whatever was not covered is covered. Like for example, identify 3 main goals of data information security. We have called them SIA: confidentiality, we have integrity, and availability. Then we have differentiate between private and confidential data. We have checked on that. Then describe the following data or information security threats. We have malware, viruses, eavesdropping. We have espionage, modulation, fabrication. Explain the foreign computer crimes. We have theft, fraud. So guys, you can just download a copy of this document from my website. My website's URL is just down the description. So guys, you can also pause the video as you take short notes, or as you just jot down the questions. So these are the questions that can be asked in your final exam, like describe various types of computer viruses, explain data alteration, search. Also, we have describe the following measures to protect the data. We have firewalls, logging, security auditing. Why has information become a resource? Search. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. In case of anything, just drop to my comment zone and comment about whatever probably you wish me to do in my next video. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Hi guys, let's look at Form 2, internet and emailing, or internet and email. So at the description of the internet, we shall look at questions like define computer network, define internet. So what is a computer network? A computer network is an interconnection of computers to enable them to exchange information. Basically, when we talk about a computer network, we are talking of gadgets like computer, printers, connected together for the purpose of exchanging information. Then we have the internet. Internet is a global interconnection of a computer network. So internet is also a network. The only difference is that there are so many computer networks and other networks connected together. Then we have a subtopic, development of internet. So write the following acronyms related to development of the internet in full. We have ARPANET. This stands for Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. Then we have NSFNET. That means National Science Foundation Network. Then question number 3, internet started in the USA as Secure Communication Research Project. Highlight how the internet has evolved to current state. So I have taken few lines to form a paragraph, and therefore in 1969, the ARPANET was set up, connecting 4 universities. Then in 1972, email was adopted for the ARPANET and was the most common service by 1973. In 1973, the ARPANET became an international connection by connecting to England and Norway. Thereon, many organizations continued to connect to the network, and in 1974, the term internet came into use. In 1983, the Internet Protocol, Transmission Control Protocol, that is the TCP/IP, which had been developed in the 70s, was universally adopted. In the same year, the domain name system was developed. So this is just a summary of how internet has evolved from the time it started in the US until current state. So that is the answer for that case. Question number 4. The ARPANET is considered as the mother of modern internet. So To just expound on that, you're supposed to have the network, was the first network to use the packet switching technique in data transmission, which was later adopted for the whole internet. So guys, the next subtopic is the importance of internet. So state 4 benefits of using the internet. Number 1, it enables communication on a global scale, easier search and dissemination of information. Some government services are offered through the internet, like in Kenya we have eCitizen. Also we have social networking is made possible by the internet. You can be in a position to use WhatsApp in the PC. You can be in a position to use Google. You can be Google Chats, Facebook, search. Then you have internet connectivity terminologies. Write the following acronyms in full. We have DTE, we have modem, we have TC/IP. So DTE stands for data terminal equipment. Modem stands for modulator demodulator. Then you have TCP/IP. This stands for transmission control protocol / internet protocol. Number 7, we have state 5 requirements for the internet connectivity. So number 1, just like the acronym DTE appears above, data terminal equipment such as computer, personal digital assistant, PDAs, and mobile phones are used to transmit data. So for you to connect to the internet, the first thing you should have is a data terminal equipment like a mobile phone or a laptop. Then you need to have transmission media such as fiber optic, wireless media such as satellites and radio waves, which are pathways for data transmission. Then you have internet service providers. These are guys who sell us or supply internet. Just like electricity is supplied by KPLC, internet is supplied by internet service providers. We have Safaricom, we have Access Kenya, JumboNet, Fiber, such. Then we have internet software. These are actually the protocols. So we have protocols, browsers, and also we have something like the email software, something like Gmail. We have Hotmail, MSN, we have Yahoo, such. Those are email software. Then we have browsers. You talk of Mozilla Firefox, Safari, SeaMonkey, search, Google Chrome. Those are browsers. Then we have data circuit terminating equipment, DCE, such as switches, modems, and routers. Then we have question number 8. Explain the following internet software, giving an example of each. We have protocols, we have browsers, we have email software. Basically, I had explained this one, but let's go through them. We have protocols. A protocol or protocols are rules that govern how computers can send and receive data on a network. So examples of internet, we have the TCP/IP, Transmission Control Protocol, and Internet Protocol. We have others that we shall run in Form 4. Then you have browsers. A browser is a program that allows you to surf or browse the internet. The term surf and browse means the same. So as I had said earlier, we have Mozilla Firefox, we have Netscape. Instead of having Microsoft Internet Explorer, which is dead now, we have Microsoft Edge as replacement of Microsoft Internet Explorer. So we have Edge. Then we have email software. This enables the user to compose, send, and receive emails. So we have Yahoo, we have Gmail, we have others like Hotmail. Then guys, we proceed to internet services related questions. So guys, we have we have electronic commerce or e-commerce. We have blog, we have instant messaging or chatting. So we have electronic commerce. This is buying and selling of goods and services over the internet without the parties involved in the transaction meeting face to face. Guys, you know Jumia, you know Copia, you know Kilimall. Those are examples of sites that offer e-commerce. We also have instant messaging. it is an internet communication mode where two or more people can chat without one another using text or video in real time. So guys, that is an example of chatting. Then we have blog. What is a blog? A blog is an internet site where a person can regularly post personal information, music, movies, and diaries, and socially interact with people connected to the same. So we have a blog, and also as another example of internet services. Then we have differentiate between internet and www or World Wide Web. The internet is an interconnection of networks globally to create one large global communication system. You can talk of village, that is having like our single village. Then we have whereas World Wide Web or www is a virtual space on the internet that contains information. You can also say it's a combination of websites. Then we have number 11, list any 5 communication services offered on the internet. So we have blog, we have social networking, internet, TV, radio, we have news groups, we also have email. Discuss the contribution of the internet to e-learning. So guys, e-learning is where you use computer and internet to learn. So the internet provides numerous online academic materials. In addition, distant learning is available, enabling people to register for a course, read notes, discuss with lecturers and peers, and even sit for examination online. You can remember during COVID-19 coronavirus menace, people used e-learning and also graduated virtually. Then we have terms or questions relating to accessing the internet. We have hyperlink, we have browsing. We can also add a bookmaps. So we have browsing. Browsing is exploring or navigating from one website to another. It is also referred to as surfing. Then we have hyperlink. A hyperlink is a link that creates interaction between web pages. So a hyperlink is just a link between web pages. So if, for example, I look at this one, it can behave like a hyperlink taking me to Google. So Kimani, the secretary of Profile Club, was given the task of searching for an enlightening article on the effect of drug abuse. He did not know where to get the information on the net. However, Kibet, a member of the club, told him that he could use a search engine. Define the term search engine giving examples. So guys, a search engine is a program that helps you to search. Something like Google, we have Bing search. Those ones are used to search. Also Yahoo has a search engine of itself. So to search information, you can just go to the browser, then type www.google.co.ke, or then you type the keyword such as drug abuse in the text box. Then the search engine, you press enter on your keyboard or click on search. Then the search engine will display relevant hyperlink or links. You identify one of your interest and then you visit the website. On the other hand, guys, you can also utilize ChatGTP. This one, you can utilize ChatGTP. So ChatGTP is this one. You see now I used ChatGTP to ask, define social engineering. Then ChatGTP gave me the solution. So if you just type here and then press enter. Then we go back to write the following acronyms in full. So you have URL, HTTP, HTML, SMTP, and FTP. So URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Then we have the HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Then SMTP, this is a protocol or a rule. It means Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Lastly, FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. Remember to visit ChatGTP and know how it is used. In question number 16, in order to access information on the web, we need to know the address or the URL of a particular site. Using an example, describe the format of URL. So guys, URL has two parts, the protocol and the domain name. So the protocol is HTTP and domain name is this one now, the Yahoo. Then this www just stands for World Wide Web. Then we have differentiate between downloading and uploading or as used in web content. So downloading is the process of acquiring files from the internet host and saving them locally on your computer hard disk. Whereas uploading is the process of saving local files onto remote host. Or rather, uploading is just sending files to the internet. Downloading is getting them from the internet. Like now, I can upload a video, just like I uploaded this video for you in YouTube. The video existed in my hard disk where I recorded it. Then after doing that, the file is uploaded back. Email or electronic mail. So here we have Z invited her friend to birthday party. One of her friend, Jambi, came with a digital camera and took pictures of the proceeding. Explain how Jambi would transfer the picture to a computer. So after connecting the digital camera to the computer using USB or FireWire cable, the computer detects a new device and installs drivers from the memory stick or for the memory stick. It is then possible to copy and paste their pictures. So Jambi would wish to send the photos via email to Z, outline the steps he would follow to send the photos as file attachment. So here you just go to send the photos. You go to launch the email program such as Gmail. Then you click new or compose to create new email. Click the file attachment button. It is in most cases located at the bottom of the dialog box. So you browse the photo you want and then click attach, then send button. Interpret the email address gichai27@gmail.com. So gichai27 is the username or the email recipient. At is a symbol for connection. It is a symbol for separation or connecting or joining, concatenate, joining. So that is the purpose. Then we have Gmail is the name of the host. That is the host who hosts that one. State 3 advantages of email over the snail mail or ordinary mail, or that is the letter that passes through the poster. So Gmail is instant. That means it's fast. There is fast delivery. It is paperless, cheap when sending bulk mail. You can imagine sending 3,000 report forms via email and via hard copy. You can see the other one will be bulk. It will be heavy. Then we have the last part, emerging issues. So discuss the impact. The impacts are the effects or the results. So discuss the effects of the internet in the following: social unity. So the advancement of this means that people globally can socialize and exchange ideas. However, addicts to these sites have seen reduction of productivity. So here, social unity, you can see that internet has brought socialization and exchange of ideas. On the other hand, for the addicts, it has reduced productivity. Then you have information security. Internet has brought things like hacking, cracking, search, sabotage, eavesdropping. So you'll notice that private and confidential information has been compromised as a result of internet. Then terrorism. People can be recruited through the sites or through the internet or through social media. Then we have drug and human trafficking. The same. You can explain that people can be recruited using the internet. Also culture and religion. We have things like homosexuality, pornography that bring about social illusion. Also, we have cultic religions. People get to know about these ones in the internet. Then we also have social engineering. Social engineering refers to the use of psychological manipulation techniques to influence people to divulge sensitive or confidential information, perform an action, or grant access to systems or facilities. It involves tricking people into doing something they wouldn't normally do, or giving up information that they wouldn't typically share, often through deception, impersonation, or exploitation of trust. Guys, remember you can visit my website to download materials. My website is www.thecomputergurus.net. Then guys, remember to subscribe, remember to share videos with your friends. Thank you very much.